think my headphones are working tonight. I finally figured out how to make them work. Sagali swagwek. Wadek wanawelado. No hayo galaw. So hello everyone. I just want to greet all of you this evening and gonna try to get through this whole slideshow tonight. So I'm gonna get started. So when I do that, I usually will say how Hyundai Wadasa, which means come on, let's all start. So tonight the topic is common phrases in Oneida language. And so I'll be showing you a slideshow pretty quick. You can see it on your screen. So, can you all see that slideshow? Give me a thumbs up if you can see that slideshow. Ayun. So for that, I usually will say Swatkatoska Hakyaduse, which means can you all see it or do you all see it? My page. Swatkatoska Hakyaduse. Ayun. Oh, Jadak Yawale Niangwedak. There's 17 people here. Ayun. Okay, so let me put it back to the first slide. Okay, so this is the first class of our session 2. And like I said, common phrases is our topic. Just another Zoom guidelines slide, which I'm sure all of you are familiar with. We're going to be practicing saying these common phrases tonight. So I'm going to be asking for volunteers. Also, as part of the class warm-up, I want you to use your chat and answer these questions for us. What does learning Oneida language mean to you personally? Also, what's one goal you have for this session? Drop it in the chat, please. All right, so these are going to be some common phrases. And I'm going to say them all down the list, and I'm not going to do the English translation because that's right there for you. And I'm going to make comments as I go along, but this meeting is being recorded, so later on, and probably tomorrow, you'll get a link to view this recording again if you like. And so if anyone new has joined, Sagali, We're getting started. This is the first slide of the common phrases for this evening's session. And after I go through these a couple times, I'm going to ask for volunteers to also go through them or say a few of them that they feel comfortable with saying. Okay, so let's start at the top. So the first word right here is segu. Segu. Now, when you say this in a greeting format, you have to have some kind of word following it, such as Sego Haksot. Hello, grandmother, my grandmother. Sego Laksot. Hello, my grandfather.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you.
So we spoke about whispering our endings, and so this letter U, for it to be voiced, we need a word coming after it. So I was saying Sego Haksot, which is hello, my grandmother. Sega Laksot, hello, my grandfather. And you can also use other words behind this Sego to use it as a greeting.
Good.
And the next one on our list is Sugali. Sugali is a very common greeting. Can be used between all people. When I first started learning the language, there was some teachers and speakers that would say and only accept, especially if they were women, to be used. They only wanted to hear Sego and then whatever title it is that they were to different people, so such as Sego Haksut. So some of you may remember that some of the more elderly women would want to be greeted like Sego, and then followed that by a title. So, and by title, I mean like what kind of relative they were. Sego Haksot, Sego Na, Sego Yung No Ha. Those are some examples. Nowadays, however, that's kind of fallen out of practice. Sogoli is appropriate to use with everybody. Sogoli. So the next one is Skanagoga. Skanagoga. So I say this with two carrots. So this A for me is a carrot, and it's correct and okay to say it that way. Skanagoga. So that's a question saying, "How are you? Are you well?" Can also be interpreted that way. The answer is Skanago if you're fine, if you're feeling well. Skanago. Then the one next is Ho Nize Niotuhadi. Also, on this one, you could take note that this Nize is optional. Lots of times you could hear people use it like this. Ho Niotuhadi. Oh Niotuhadi. Oh Niotuhadi. Which means, how's it going? Then an answer or response to that could be Yoyan Ludi, which is the very next one on our list. Yoyan Ludi. Also, another answer or response to Ohnio Duhadi could be Agua Jitnio Gwenyuhadi. So right here, this ending, can put a hudi on there. Gwa Jitnio Gwenyuhadi. Gwa Jitnio Gwenyuhadi. So the next one sounds like Nate Holiwas. Nate Holiwas. Nate Holiwas. Oops. That's one. This is the one I'm on right here. Nate Holiwas. So these are things that you could say when you meet up with somebody. Just kind of starter things, phrases you could say. So a response to Nate Holiwas could be Ya oh nahot, which is this phrase right here. Ya ho nahot. Ya ho nahot, which means not a thing or nothing. And then another response you could use to Nate Holiwas will be Gua hok hon. And that's three little particles right here. Gua hok hon. So when you hear it being said, it might sound like one whole word, but it's actually three little words. Guahokon, guahokon, which means it's the same. And then the last one on this list that this little number thing is kind of hiding. I'm going to take my pointer off of that for a minute. You can kind of see it. It says hok ni'is. There we go. Hok ni'is. Hok ni'is. Which means, and you? All right, so now I'm going to ask for some volunteers. All right. There was some digging. There was some digging in yung take. Yo yan chi oviswagedo. It's good, yeah. You all showed up. Yo yane. Okay, so now I'm asking for volunteers. To either read through that list that I just did or pick some from that list you want to practice with. And you can practice with me, ask me a question and I'll respond. There's a few questions on that list. Or just read through some of them that you feel confident with for practice. Hunka hiel he hayuntungalyak. Who wants to volunteer? Do we have a volunteer?
I can volunteer.
Okiwa.
Sebu, Sebuli, Skanak Golga, Skanak Go, Oh Nize, Nyo Tuhadi, Yoyan Ladi, Kochi, Nyongweni. Is that the one that you said you can add like the hoodie after?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Nate Oliwas, Nate Oliwas, Ya Oh Nahot, Wa Ok On, or Wa Ok Ona, Oknis. Did I say that right?
Please.
Huh. Yun eh. All right, so I just put the phrase that I was talking about to add
Happy
hari on the
Nyokwen
end
Hari.
in the chat.
Happy Nyokwen Hari. Okay. Segu. Segoli. Skanagoga.
Sakali. Sakali. Hukaza. Hukaza hiyahe. Hi tungayak. Nicole, you want to practice?
Yes, thank you. Segu. Can we go back and forth?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Segoli,
Sakali.
Skanagoga,
It's gonna go.
Onise Neo. Can you say that one for me?
Ho nize neo duhadi.
O Nise Neo Neo Tuhadi. O
That
Nise
T,
Neo Tuhadi.
that T right there sounds like a D.
Neod Tuhadi.
Yoyan ladi.
Kwaji Neo Gweni. Did I say that right?
Huh?
Nade Oli was?
Yaho, nahot.
Gwa Og Ona.
And so when we say that one, we're gonna have to whisper this ending right here. So then it would sound like guakon. Yone.
Ogni Is.
Yone. Good job.
Thank you, Uncle.
Yo. Hunkanu. We have any more volunteers? Okay.
This is Tanya. I'll try some of them.
Haukiwa.
Segu Oxut. Seguli. Skanagoga. Skanago. Onize Iohandadi. Is that correct?
Neo duhadi.
Neo Odadi.
Neo duhadi.
Neo Dohad. Oh, say it again, please.
Neo duhadi.
Neo Dohadi.
Yone.
Yo Yanladi. Guaji Yogwani. I think I'm done. Thank you.
Haukiwa. Yo. Yo yane. Everyone's doing really well. Hunkaza. Hunkaza. Hayundet yanda gaig. Who else wants to try this?
Oh, so Goglet, I'll try it.
Haukiwa.
I'll go through ask question. Segu Skanagoga.
It's gonna go. Hokni is.
Skanago. Onize Neo Duhadi.
Yoyan ladi. Hokkney's.
Yo Muddy. Guaji New York Winnie. No. Yeah, I could say that, huh?
Huh?
Oh, okay. Not de Oliwas.
Yeah, oh, nahot.
Okay. I can't see the bottom one because the thing is blocking it out. Is it oak knees? Oak knees?
Huh. Hokkney's.
Okay. Oak knees.
Huh. Yayane.
Oh, wait. Yeah, uncle.
Yo. Hokkano.
I'll give it a try. This is Julia. Can you hear me?
Huh. Hokiwa.
Um, when I say segu to you, what would the next word that I say be if I'm referring to you? Like,
You can just say my name, Sego Gasat Stanslahau, or you could say Segong Gyada.
yada. What's yada?
It's friend. My
Friend.
friend.
Okay. Segu gyanta.
Huh. Yayane.
Skanakoko.
It's gonna go.
Nate oliwas.
Guacon. Hokkney's.
Yakwa okon. Yoyan ladi. Yako.
Yayane. Onkaza. Onkaza. Yahe. Ayundet Nyanda Gaig. Who else wants to try this?
I'll try a few of them. It's Lenny.
Okay, wa.
Segu, Segali, Skana Goga, Skana Go. And then I'm skipping down a bit. Gua Hogon, Ot Nais,
Huh, Yayane. How Kim?
Hi.
Hi, I'll try some. Oh, which Kim?
Oh, there's two
sorry.
Kims. You can both try. One at a time, though. Oh, Scott, so one at a time. Go ahead.
Okay. Saguli, Skanago, Skanagoga, Yoyanlati, Nato Liwas, Oknis,
Huh? Yayane.
Yanko.
Yo.
Okay.
How?
I'll try.
Huh.
Segoli. Skanagoga. Skanago. Onise Niotuhadi. Yoyanladi. Guaji Niokweni. Is that one right?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay. And then Nate Oliwas. Yaon Nahote. So on that one, you still say like the ending, right?
No, you'd actually whisper that ending.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So it'd be Yao Nahod.
Huh.
Okay. And then Guahokon. And the Oknies. Sorry.
Huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yawanko.
Yo. Honkaza, hayun det nyandanga ik. Who else wants to try this? Okay, well, let's look at the next slide then. Same format here. English meaning on the right and the Oneida word on the left. These are some complements you can use, and a couple of other ones. So the first one at the top sounds like Gonto, Higes, Gonto, Higes, Gonto, Higes. Then the next one, this is what we use when we are leaving. Honagiwa, Honagiwa. Some people just say Nagiwa without this O on the front. Honagiwa or Nagiwa. This is what I've been saying. Yoyane. 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 And these are the next with all of the pronouns changed. So take note of that, how this very first syllable is changing as I go down this list. And again, these are going to be whispered endings as well, but I'll say the full word also. Gatok, gatok, gatoka. Zadok, zadok, zadoka. Yuntok, yuntok, yuntoka. Latok, latok, latoka. Swatok, swatok, swatoka. Netona hokahia he hayuntungal yake. He wanna no danga ig. So, who wants to volunteer to read through this list for practice?
I'll give it a go.
Hakiwa.
Uh,
Oops. Sorry about that.
oh no, it's all good. Gato Ikes or Ikes?
Higes.
Hikes. Gato Hikes. Nukiwa or Nukiwa. Yoyane. Gatok. Gatoka. Satok. Satoka. Utok. Utoka. Latok. Latoka. Swatok. Swatoka.
Yoyane.
Yawa.
Yo. Honkaza. Hayundet nyandanga ig. Who else wants to try this?
I'll try this time.
Help.
Ganto Iges, Onagiwa, Yoyane, Gadok, Gadoka, Zadok, Zadoka, Udok, Udoka, Ladok, Ladoka. Zwadok, Zwadoka.
Yoyane. Hukanoo. Who's next?
I could give it a try.
Hokiwa.
Ganto higas, Honagiwa, Yoyane, Gadok, Sadok, Yundok, Ladok, Swadok.
Yoyane. Hukanoo.
I have a question.
How? Go ahead.
What is the difference between gadok and gadoka?
Gatok and gadoka. It's the same meaning. It's just that there's two different versions of the word depending on the environment. And by that I mean if there's a word following gatok, then you're going to fully voice the ending. So like if I said gadoka ni and I put that ni at well, it's like the next word. I'm saying like I'm smart. Myself, me, I'm smart. So there has to be a word following in order to fully voice gatok. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you. I'll try.
Go ahead.
Gato higes. Onagiwa. Oyane. Gadok, gadoka. Sadok, sadoka. Udok, udoka. Ladoka, ladok. Swadok, swadoka.
Oh, yoyane. Honkano o.
I'll try.
Okay, well.
Gadok iges. Onakiwa. Yoyane. Gadokha. Gadok. Sadokha. Sadok. Udokha. Udok. Ladokha. Ladok. Swadokha. Swadok.
Yoyane. Honkano o. Who's next?
This is Tanya. I can go.
Okay, well.
Gadohiges. Onugiwa. Yoyanle. Gadok. Gadoka. Sadok. Sadoka. Yadok. Yadoka. Ladoka. Ladoka. Swato. Swatoka.
Yoyane. Honkano o. Who's next? Okay, well. Let's look for the next slide. Okay, so here's some more common phrases. So, The first one sounds like got, got, got. Netona. So the next one. Netona means, so then the next one. Segohoska. Segohoska. I'm right here on this word. 2 words. Segohoska. The next one sounds like huh, huh, huh. The next one sounds like yacht, yatta. So you can whisper this ending when it's appropriate. Yacht, yatta. The next one sounds like dah, dah. Da. Next one sounds like niyot, niyot, niyot. Next one sounds like zatgat. This is what we call a common command. This word is telling someone to look. And so in Oneida, the commands primarily have whispered endings or totally unvoiced endings. So you wouldn't hear this HO glottal at all. It just sounds like zutgut, zutgut, zutgut. And then underneath it right here, you can add a ya to the front. This ya is telling us over there. So when you use this command to tell someone to look over there, you have to say this ya. Yasatgat. 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 And then finally, the last word on this list sounds like dugga. 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 I'll go through these again. So at the top, sounds like got, got. Then segohoska, segohoska. Huh, huh. Yat, yatto, yat, yatto. Da, da. Niot, niot. Zatkat, satkat. Yasatgat, yasatgat. And then finally, dugga, dugga. How? Vad var det? So let's practice. Honka hiya hey hayun tungalyak. Who's gonna volunteer? Who wants to volunteer? You can read through that list.
I can try.
Haukiwa.
Katsi. Seiko Hoska. Ha. Yatte. Da. Nio. Satkat. Ya Satkat. Soya. Soya Satkat. Daga.
Yoyane. Honka. Who's next?
I'll give it a try.
Haukiwa.
Gut. Gutch. Segu Huska. Ha. Yat. Da. Niyot. Sadak. Yasadak. Dak. Wait a minute. The last one is more like Daka, right?
Da. Ga.
Daga.
Huh.
Daga.
Huh. Yoyane.
Nati ganduhe daga.
Negan do he don't.
Yoyane.
Huh. So I made a little correction in spelling on the very first word. I'm putting it in the chat for you. That G on the end kind of sounds like that when you say gotch. And like when I was first learning, that's how it sounded to me. But it's actually got. So I use that spelling in the chat for you because sometimes if we spell it like this, it's going to sound more like the word for another word that means totally something different than come here. So again, this is like a command. Well, it is a command. And so that's how you would use it. Got, come here. Honkaza, hayun detnyandan gaig. Who else wants to try this?
I'll try it.
Oh,
It's Pamela.
Scully.
Sugali. Gotch. Come here. Sego Uska. Wata or Yata. Da. Neo. Sadgat. Ya Sadgat. What's my last one? Dagan or Daga?
Huh.
Daga.
Yane.
Yo.
Honkana.
I'll
Who's
try.
next? Hokiwa.
Dots. Segu Huska. Yat. Yata. Da. Niot. Zatgat. Ya Zatgat. Daga.
Yane.
I can try.
Okay, wa.
Kat. Sagu hunska. A. Yata. Da. Niot. Zatgat. Ya Sagat. And Daga.
Yane. Hukano u. Anyone
I'll
else want
go.
to try?
I'll try.
Okay, wa.
Gats, Sego Uska, Han, Yata, Da, Niot, Satgat, Ya Satgat, Daga.
Yane.
I have a question.
How? Go ahead.
What is the difference between Yat and Yata?
It's just an yat is the version where the ending's not voiced, so it's doing like a whispered ending. So yatta is the full word with the ending voiced, and again, it's like the same as any of the voiced or whispered endings, is that there should be another word coming after yatta to hear the full word.
So like Yata Daka or just Yat?
Huh. Yat. Those two words, if I was going to say daga, I would probably use the other no. So the one that says da, daga, like that. Yet you can use, I think that it's primarily used like just like a no if there's not a word coming after it. So I've heard it used that way, where just someone just says yet. Like if someone's asking you a yes or no question, like, um, hmm, how about like if I said "Isilheka yosilhawistu," I'm saying, "Do you want some ice cream?" In response, you could say "Yat," like no, or you could say "Yah yao," which means no thanks. So "Yah yao" doesn't say "Yahta," it's just saying "Yah." But you can still use "Yat" for no. But I think it's better used as in response to a yes or no question. Does that help?
Thank you, Yanko.
Yo. Honka no. Anyone else want to try this list? Okay, let's see what the next slide. Let's move to that one. So here we have some common pronoun changes and some more commands. So these are good commands to use around anybody. So let's start at the top. If you want to tell someone, wait, zadno don't. So I'm right here. Zadno don't. Zadno don't. Zadno don't. Zadno don't. So then this next one sounds like Zadnandai. Zadnandai. Quite often you'll hear another word before this. Was Zadnandai. That means go play. If you don't have was in front of it, you're just telling someone to play, as in like a child with toys. And now we see this pronoun right here change. Jadnandai. 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 And then Swadnandai. So right here, we're just changing these pronouns for these three words. Swadnandai. Swadnandai. Let's try this again. Zadnandai. Zadnandai. Jadnandai. Jadnandai. Swadnandai. Swadnandai. And so you would hear this full word if there was a word coming after it. And so the full word sounds like Zadnandaya, Jadnandaya, Swadnandaya. And see the next three. We're going through these pronoun changes again. So the first one right here sounds like Sadahun Sadat. Sadahun Sadat. Jadadhun Sadat. Jadahun Sadat. Jadahun Sadat. And finally, Swadahun Sadat. Swadahun Sadat. Swadahun Sadat. And then the next three are also commands. And we're going to be doing these pronoun changes again for this za, ja, and then swa. Only this time we have a sound that goes before our pronoun. So this one sounds like dezadodat, dezadodat, dezadodat. And this one sounds like dejadodat, dejadodat, dejadodat. And then this one sounds like deswadodat, deswadodat, deswadodat. And finally, the last word on this list, the pronoun is dwa. But we have a sound coming before that pronoun, that te. So then the full word will sound like dedwaliwakwa, dedwaliwakwa, dedwaliwakwa. Who will volunteer? Who wants to volunteer to practice this list? And I can help you. I know a few of these words have more syllables than the other ones, so If you want to practice with me saying it first and then you repeat, I can do that too.
Yes, please.
Okay, well. All right, so let's start at the top then. Zalhalega, are you ready? So everybody can practice this actually. I'm going to leave some space in between when I say these words. Okay, so let's start with the one at the top. So Zadno don't. Zadno don't. Zadno don't. Let's go for this next one. Zadnadai. 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 Then this next one. Jadnadai. 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 And then this next one. Swadnadai. 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 Then this one. Sadahun Sadat. Sadahun Sadat. And the next one. Jadahun Sadat. Jadahun Sadat. And this next one. Swadahun Sadat. Swadahun Sadat. Swadahun Sadat. And the next one. Desadodat. 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 And then we have Dejadodat. 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 And then we have this one right here. Deswadodat. 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 And then finally, the last one sounds like Dedwaliwak. 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 There. Did that help?
Yes, it did.
Yeah. So we got about 2 minutes left. I'm going to answer a question in the chat real quick. The question says, to say stop, would you use the word for don't? So I guess it would depend on the situation. Um, we do have a word for stop, like the stop that's on a stop sign, or if someone's running and you want to tell them to stop, or if someone's doing something, you can say destan. So I'm going to put that in the chat. Destan. Oops. There, so I spelled it with an H in there. Destan means stop. It can also mean stand up. But again, depending on the situation, if you're riding in the car and someone says, destan, they don't mean to stand up, they mean stop. So you kind of have to take note of the situation, and that will tell you which meaning to use with destan.
And also to emphasize when you're, you want to say stop or stop. So you emphasize the desta, desta, or desta. There's a difference if you're in a group with a classroom of students.
Mm-hmm.
So I find that I say things with a more emphasis. Swahalega, see if I get their attention too. Swahalega, are you all ready? Let's go. Or Neo, when I'm saying look. So look, I'll say it a couple times. I don't know if that helps. Helps
Oh,
me. Helps me.
Ariane. Yamako. All right, so we reached our time limit here. Let me look at the rest of these. How many slides we got left? Oh, we only missed one. That's good. Anyway, before you leave, if you have a chance, please try to answer these questions that are on the screen. What new phrases did you learn tonight? Or how has this class helped you move forward on your language learning journey? And then I'm going to be looking in the chat too for answering anybody's questions. Hopefully I answered them. And thanks for putting all your reflections and responses to the questions in the chat. Yamanko.
Yuanko, Nangiwa,
Yo, Nagiwa.
Nangiwa.
Okay, so we'll see you guys in the next class, which is I think the topic's gardening and planting. So we're going to talk about phrases to go along with that. Probably talk about some cultural learnings and teachings to go along with that. And again, this recording will be sent out to everybody. Probably tomorrow or in the next few days, I would imagine. So, Yamako, Swagwek, Kale Swasundiohak. Please have a good night. I'll see you soon.
Nagiwa.
Nagitwa.